Welcome to Crafty Chemist Designs. Today I have a great project for you. But first, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you are alerted every time I drop a new video. On to the project. This video is part of a monthly card making hop hosted by Valley Oak Paper. The theme is Out of My Comfort Zone for November 2024. Today, I will be using the Metallic Enamel Effect Basics by Stampin' Up. You can add fun metallic accents to your handmade cards with these Metallic Enamel Effects Basics lacquer. This quick drying enamel puts you in charge of the size, shape, and look of the embellishments you add to your paper crafts. Use them to quickly and easily dab, draw, or design the metallic accents you want, like hearts, dots, stars, and more. Or use them as a background, as I'm going to do today. Allow time for drying. You get 3 bottles, one each of 3 colors, copper, gold, and silver. They're 1 ounce each. I am going to start off by creating a background using the gold enamel. I am just going to smear on a line, and then I decided to add another one because I didn't think there was quite enough on there. What you will find is that you need, I think, a little bit more than what you expect to use. So I just drew some on there and then used my palette knife to smear it around. You have to be really gentle when you are smearing it. You don't want to get the edge of your palette knife, or you will get lines in the enamel. So I just keep going, adding a little bit at a time, because it does dry a little bit in between if you leave it set too much before you smear it around. The theme of this hop is out of my comfort zone, and I will tell you that I bought these enamels in July. They were part of the online exclusives from this summer, and I have just been kind of afraid to use them. I didn't really know how to use them all of this time, and when the theme of this hop came, out of your comfort zone, I just thought, I'm going to dig in and try and make something with it. So I thought I'd just use it as a nice background. So I'm spreading, adding some more, spreading, adding some more until I get it to a thickness and a design that I like. You can see I've got a little bit of white areas. I wanted to try and add a little bit more. But like I said, be really gentle and make sure you're using the flat part of your palette knife. I found that the palette knife that is basically almost straight up and down, like the one that I showed there, is the best. But look at that gloss on there. Look how nice and metallic that is. Now let's create the remainder of the card. I'm going to use the sophisticated Sled dies and stamps to make a design on top of that metallic background. So here I am cutting the Sled pieces out of a wood color. This is sort of the blade part that I made out of that scarlet. It's close to my heart, old color. And the little pine boughs, that is pine cardstock. Again, another close to my heart color. I decided to stamp the skates using the black Tuxedo black Momento ink. This stamp set is so cute and they coordinate so well together. So I stamped it, and then I'm going to cut it out. You will notice that there are separate skates that are just dies, so you could use those also. I like this one because it does include the ties, using the shoestrings to tie the skates. Okay, now let's adhere it. So I'm putting down a base layer of scarlet, That piece was 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I allowed my metallic effects paper to dry overnight. And I'm cutting that down to 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to glue that down. You don't have to let it dry overnight. I just happened to let it dry overnight because I made the backgrounds kind of late at night and then I worked on it the next morning. I put that stamp set over it to kind of keep it flat. So now let's assemble. I'm going to put down the blade portion of my sled. Again, that is Scarlet cardstock from Close to My Heart. This is, I believe, Toffee from Close to My Heart. And when you cut this with the die cuts, you can really see the wood graining. There's wood graining in the die, so it really makes it look like wood grain. There is a stamp in the stamp set of a sled that you can use. So I'm going to attach the skates right on top of the sled, and then adding these little pine boughs. Those are really tiny dots, leaves that I'm really putting really small dots of the green glue on. I'm going to do another layer. Since the Close to My Heart pine is two-toned, I cut one side out of the dark side of the paper and then one side out of the light side of the paper. I'm going to put a sentiment from the stamp set. I think it says Good Tidings. There are other sentiments that you can use. I decided to put a piece of pine behind the sentiment because the white, kind of on the white, was not showing up enough. And now I'm going to add these little gems, like they are berries on my pine boughs there. And I do have these metallic markers from Close to My Heart. They're Spectrum Noir markers to make a little metallic on the bottom of the skates. So there you have it. There's my completed card. Look at the metallic shine. And again, this was the gold version that I used. I just smeared it on there and it looks so good. There's also, again, the copper and the silver. I made a couple other samples. This should give you some more ideas. I made a tag and I made this little treat box. All of these elements, the stamps and the dies, come from the Sled stamp set and die set. The one on the box is the copper colored. The tag and the card, I used the gold metallic color. Now, since this YouTube hop is called Out of My Comfort Zone, I wanted to show you my first few attempts using these metallic elements. And I will say it took a little bit of practice to make this work. And so that's why I wanted to show you these, that it may not be easy right away. And this is why it was out of my comfort zone, because I was afraid that this would happen, that I wouldn't know what I'm doing. Here I tried to make some stripes of the different colors. It was only so successful. But you can see I am using the more angled palette knife here, and I found that I got better, I got it to work better when I used the palette knife that had the straight up and down sides rather than this one that was angled. So this background isn't that bad. I don't love it. Here's the finished product, the one that I do like. The tag and the box. And here they all are, all of my samples and the metallic effects. I hope you enjoyed the project. The products seen in the video can be purchased at my website, thecraftychemist.stampinup.net. I have a Facebook group, Crafty Chemist Designs, where I go live and do demos every Sunday. I also have a Facebook VIP group, The Crafty Chemist Presents Stampin' Up. Find me on Instagram at Crafty Chemist Designs, TikTok at Crafty Chemist Designs, YouTube at Crafty Chemist Designs, and my blog, periodicallycrafty.blogspot.com.